it's late. I know it's late. It's 10. I had something to say. Why not say it at 10 o'clock at night? I ain't got the camera up because I don't need you to see my face. I don't need you to know that I ain't cut my hair or I did cut my hair, if I shaved my beard or not. You don't even know that. You should be listening with your ears and not your eyes. That's how people will get you. They'll dress everything up, but it'll be a great presentation, but a terrible message for the soul. And you'll be fascinated with your eyes, but you'll be listening with your eyes. Some people, man, they don't really be paying attention, man. They don't be paying attention. They get trapped in that vanity trap. And when you like, man, you see a woman and you be like, oh my God, I'm just fascinated with her. Fascinated with her beauty, fascinated with her body, fascinated with her personality, fascinated with, man, you become fascinated with a lot of things with women because women are extremely beautiful, like, and they sound beautiful and everything about a woman is beautiful. So, like, you can get trapped in that fascination. But there will come a time when that fascination will wear away and you'll start seeing them for who they truly are, man. I don't know how long it's be taking for some people. But for me, if I was not receiving something that I feel that I should be receiving naturally in a relationship, I would immediately distance myself from that spouse. I get on from that woman like, yo, I'm sorry, service is no longer needed, because you have to eventually get past this fascination with vanity. This is how people get trapped in bad relationships. And they be saying, God, God, God. While after the relationship is over, they telling you about the relationship and they dealing with red flag after red flag after red flag. And then you hear the people say, well, it's not you know, you be fascinated with these people in the beginning. So fascinated. Like they be talking, you be like, oh man, everything that man saying to me, it sound gold. But eventually, when he done cheated on you a couple times and, some things that happen, now you sitting here like, yeah, my fascination with your vanity done wore off on me. What's up? What's going on, my good people? How y'all doing? I'm out here talking about people's fascination with vanity and how it can destroy you. Your fascination with vanity. Like when you see a woman or you see a man and you fascinated. That's how people act with celebrities. You be fascinated with their talent or their beauty and talent. And what happens is um, you'll get so fascinated with these people that you'll start low key worshiping things that they do and start kind of moving and molding your life towards things that these people mold their lives to. But y'all two different people. You shouldn't even be influenced by anything that's vanity. Man, what I've been learning through my walk with Christ is um, people get trapped into relationships. And when you get trapped into these relationships, what happens is it's usually because you looking at these people and you're so fascinated with what they look like. But boy, when it wear off. Remember, ladies, when you told that dude, he was like, oh, I'm pregnant. He was like, I ain't trying to be no daddy. When you heard him say that and you lost your eyes said and you like blinked and you rolled your head 3 times, you said, oh, this motherfucker ugly. It's probably the ugliest motherfucker I've met in my life. They was beautiful before y'all had that tragedy and you finally saw who they was. You was like, whoa, new glasses. When you go to the optometrist and they put them glasses on you and you can finally see, you be like, oh, I don't even know why I'm sitting by you. Now I can see who you are. Because most people, when you're fascinated with vanity, you see with your eyes. I went to one of these conferences where they have all these speakers, and the guy come up, man, and he said, "Hey, man, follow my hand." He say, "Follow his hand, follow his hand." He's saying this, and the whole time he doing this, he say, "Man, put your hand on your He said, "Move your hand down and put your hand on your on your nose." And everybody put their hand on put their finger on their foreheads instead of their nose, because people listen with their eyes. So you can become fascinated with a conversation, fascinated with somebody's beauty, fascinated with somebody's talent, fascinated, like, man, women. Like, now that I be around musicians and artists and things of that nature, people that can sing and people that can write and people that can rap and people that can make beats. These people are naturally talented. People look at these people and you'll get fascinated by their talent. And what happens is, when you're fascinated by their talent, you don't get to see who they really are. Like, you can't look and see and say, "Oh, okay, I can identify as a good person." That don't be happening because you fascinated by that talent, which is a form of vanity. But when it wears off and you go to the optometrist, the spiritual optometrist, the man up above, when you go to the spiritual optometrist, he give you some glasses. You say, "Okay, this is who I've been trying to show you this person was. It's not the person I ordained for you. Thank you and good night." And that's how it be when you get your whoopings in the spirit by dealing with people you're not supposed to be with. Because we're not, as Christians, supposed to be fascinated with vanity. We should not be fascinated by vanity or celebrity or any of that stuff. You're a follower of Christ. Ain't nobody more famous than him. What we talking about here? And if you came here and you didn't know I was a follower of Christ, go read my title and come report back. I'm trying to speak what the gospel be saying in the book, not what most of these people be sugarcoating on Sundays sometimes. Some of them. I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying some of these people be sugarcoating the gospel, and people don't be understanding how the gospel works. And then we go out here and get tricked. Like my uncle say, stealing your dog with a piece of KFC chicken. It's people that don't feed their dogs. And my uncle always say, we passed that neighborhood, he said, "Man, you can steal that dog with a bucket of KFC chicken." When you're not being fed properly, man, the devil could come in and steal your whole flock, man. If you're not really in the spirit, man, the devil come pick off your flock because they untrained. They don't have the armor of God. They stay triggered all day. I'm triggered. I'm triggered. Who cares? This fascination with vanity. This fascination. The fascination with vanity, man. We got to get past that. If you're a Christian, you got to get past this vanity thing. Because it's hard serving two masters. Let's say you out here worshiping a human being, which is a lowercase g. They are God, but extremely lowercase. Extremely lowercase. Extremely lowercase God. Eventually, I'm going to tell you how much of a lowercase God this person is. Eventually, when they die, they're going to turn to dust. Just like they came. You should not be fascinated by dust. Anybody that get on up out of here. I done watched my mama die from cancer. I done watched my sister die from cancer. I done lost cousins in bad drug deals. I done lost all types of people along the way. And when they put them in that box, or when they were cremated, they was dust. When my sister passed, man, we got my sister cremated. She said, "I don't want no casket. I don't want y'all to spend all that money. If y'all gonna do something, have a little small memorial, come have people say stuff and get on about y'all business. But don't spend no lot of money. Burn me up and get on about your life." So I honor her wishes, man. So we got my sister cremated and they gave me the remains. Man, I rode around with the remains in the back seat of my car for 3 months. dust. And when you open it up, you can still see, because they don't burn up all the bones. Some of the bones remain, so you still see little chunks of the bones. Yeah, yeah. Like death had me, um, death will armor you in a different way, man. Like losing my mom. I lost that fascination. Like, boy, it's so many people leaning so hard on their mamas. And I know that because I don't have my mama. And I had to lose that fascination that I had with my mama, that dramatization that you have with your mama, man. Y'all people just be leaning so hard on mama. And when I lost my mama, I found out just how hard. Even though I was still out, I had my own apartment. Apartment looked nice. It was well dressed up. All of that mattered. When mama left, it was some things wisdom-wise I didn't know how to deal with. So I had to lose my fascination with mama and depend on God. And some people, when they lose individuals, they be sitting here and they idolize these people. It's some people, man, we be idolizing these people after they done passed on. And you be sitting there like your mama done passed on. And you be sitting there and you be like still just with your person in the grave, man, with God saying it's time to move on. Leave that fascination with mama and come depend on me. That's what it be like when you leave your fascination with things that's going to turn to dust. People hate when you talk like this. This is why when a new church comes, it's not going to be popular. People going to be hearing this and be like, oh, no way. That hurts me and offends me. It hurts my feelings. And they're going to run away from the church. People don't understand how the armor of God works. If you live in a spirit of offense, that's not going to work outside when these aliens come and people see the Antichrist. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. I'm offended, Antichrist. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. They're going to cut your fucking head off. Move on. I'm talking about real stuff here. People think this Bible is about foolery because people have been preaching sugar and prosperity all this time. But when you get your doom and gloom, you be like, oh, I don't understand why the Lord does these things, because cowards sit by and allow bad people to do bad things. That's what happens. When you sit back, you say, oh, I'm offended, and you pull out your camera. And you see people beating on women, you see people hurting people in the street, and nobody's brave enough to do anything, and they just sit there with their phones and keep recording. You can take God out of the equation. He gave you free will to make your world a better place. He gave you free will to make your world a better place. You lost your fascination with a better world and you gave up comfort. You gave up comfort. You gave up God and you got comfort. Now look at you. You're not even comfortable. This fascination with the world. Fascination. This is why I got the camera low. Y'all don't need to see my face. You don't need to say, ugh, he ain't put on no lotion. Ugh, he ain't cut his hair. Y'all be looking for good backgrounds and people that be fascinating you with these great sets and all these fancy cameras, but don't nothing be coming out of their mouth. Y'all ain't never getting fed. You out here spiritually hungry. Boy, we was at the grocery store, me and my wife and my baby. Today at the grocery store, this girl had on panties at the fucking grocery store. Broski, I remember back in the days when I was growing up, nigga had to work hard for some coochie just to see it. Today, coochie's outside just like the fucking newspaper. Less newspapers, more coochie. You know how you throw the newspapers on the street? That's how coochies are thrown on the street every day. You can see them like you see anything regular. It's nothing fascinated by seeing a coochie outside these days. And that's what's crazy. This lady, pants was so fucking short, it looked like panties. I was like, okay, I like when my wife wear panties, you know, those things undercover, you know, we alone and shit. My wife wearing that shit to the store, I'd be like, hey, who you married to? Who you married to walking out like that? Can't be me. You walk out there in that shit, watch what I'm gonna walk outside in. I'm gonna put on some biker shorts with my dick hanging, and I'm going to run on outside. Embarrass me, I embarrass you. I cut my fucking eyebrows off and go outside with you to a gala. Embarrass me walking outside crazy and I look crazy too. Don't play silly games with me. You gotta be an adult with me. I don't have no fascination with no woman. Boy, I gave up fascination with women a long time ago. When women used to mess me over, man, I was going for women that looked pretty, um, in spite of looking for a woman who was good for my soul, good for my character, match the character that I have, match my standards for living. You ain't able to go outside looking any type of way as my wife. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you, look here, your daddy passed you off to me. So I'm your new daddy. That's how marriage works. I'm your new daddy. You my new mama. That's the game. I respect her as such. Like I respect my mama, I respect my wife. Just like she respected her dad, she respect me. This is what marriage, what they don't be telling you about respect. Most of y'all goofy asses be walking outside with no respect. You don't respect your mama. You don't respect your daddy. You was outside bucking the system when they was telling you, hey man, stop focusing on these niggas at school. Stop focusing on these women at school and focus on your craft. Y'all was outside, no, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about. Rebelling like motherfucker. That was y'all, 16, 17, outside wilding. Guess what? How I know? Because we was outside wilding. Fascination with vanity. Fascination with vanity. Man, when I got about 33, I think every man, you hit your first wisdom year at 33. You a fool to 33. Most men, if you have a good stern father that be on your ass and he teach you a skill and he teach you good manners, maybe you can conquer this before 33. But men usually hit that wisdom year at 33. That's when something clicks and you say, whoa, I see life a tad bit different than I saw it before. You hit your true wisdom year. If you a fool at 40, it's probably over for you. Like I can understand how Muhammad Ali said that. If you a fool at 40, it's kind of going to be hard to deal with you. Because your fascination is still with foolishness. Something like, man, could you imagine somebody that got out of jail after 20 years and go back to jail for dealing cocaine? When they went to jail for dealing cocaine, man, you ain't learned nothing in 20 years. That game don't pay? How much money you made over that time that you had to go back to that shit? So what I'm saying is, leave your fascination with vanity. Because remember, all these little G's on earth gonna be dust in the end. Sooner or later, you gonna be dust. We don't know when our day gonna be called. But if you feel stuck, if you feel depressed in your life, leave these lowercase G's in their ways and move on to something different. Imagine there's people out here still living like Tupac. Going out here spitting in cameras and shit. Yeah, nigga, I'm living a thug life. Man, you 45 years old, my nigga. Yo, mascot died at 25, homie. You was not supposed to carry on a legacy. You was supposed to go do something different. Because that man dust right now. Quite dusty. Love Tupac, but he quite dusty. Anybody that dies quite dusty. My mama died quite dusty. Because you're going to go to this dust. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Your ass going to be dust at the end of the day. So lose your fascination with vanity while you here so you can get more accomplished. There's a whole bunch of people fascinated with sex. A lot of people don't get enough sex. If you go read or listen to my stories about me being being addicted to sex, I don't even tell the stories. I just tell you the after effects of what I went through when I was weaning myself from all that foolishness. I felt like when I was hearing these, I wish I could have every girl in the world. I was thinking like that, like, man, I can have them all. You have to give up this fascination with looking at women as an object or a sexual figure, bro. That was something I had to fix. I had to fix, boy. Every man, I was coming at to women like, hey. And it wasn't just like me chasing women. Women was offering, hey. Man, I remember I went on a date with this girl. She gave me the keys to her house after one date. That's how I was living my life. So my fascination, when I left that fascination with Vanity, now I just see women as sister. Hey, sister. Now I get a totally different relationship with a woman that most of these men outside get, that see women as still that sexual figure, because they don't even understand that they are sexually addicted to women. Some people are just sexually addicted to sex, and they'll have sex with a man too. A man will have sex with a man too. A woman will have sex with a woman too if she's just addicted to sex. But let me move on up out of here, man. I was trying to prove a point on what I'm trying to say, and people can mock and scoff now, but what I'm gonna tell you in the future is, um, if you ain't doing your work on your fascination with Vanity, when all the stuff come, you're gonna have to make a choice if you're gonna be good or bad, because you're gonna have to pick a side in these next days. You're gonna have to pick a side. And I hope it's the right side, man. Peace out.